Welcome to the Lounge, where Jewish students studying abroad in Florence can find home here, meet new friends, and eat great kosher food. The Lounge of Chabad is run by Rabbi and his wife, Mrs. Wawowski, of the Chabad of Tuscany.
Chabad Lubavitch is a worldwide Jewish movement working in 80 countries with over 3,500 institutions, including synagogues, schools, and community centers. It is directed by over 4,000 couples, like the rabbi and his wife, who work here in Florence, and other couples who are sent around the world. Dedicated to the spiritual and material welfare of the Jewish people and motivated by respect and affection for each individual, the Chabad movement runs a massive range of services, programs, and institutions to serve the needs of the Jewish people.
3 years ago, my wife and children and I, we arrived here in Florence together. We were directed to focus on the Jewish student community, being that there were Jewish students studying in Florence from all over the world. And we were looking what could be the best way that we can service this demographic. But after 2 years on the ground, we realized that if we really wanted to create a solution or a home for the Jewish student community, we would need to give them a space they can call their own. We all in this world, we look for a place to call home. And while Jewish students are away from their natural habitats, if you will, the places where they are back home, whether at home or in their universities with major Jewish populations, when they travel, they are looking for that warmth and that energy. We strive as much as possible to create that feeling of warmth, of energy, of home. And students have been gravitating towards it, and we're very happy with those results.
The Chabad in Florence provides weekly social gatherings, individual and group Torah studies, Shabbat dinners, holiday celebrations, and above all, a warm place for every Jewish student in Florence.
It's created a home for me outside of my own apartment, but I can come here on weekdays, and the rabbi's wife, Sonia, has baked goods, and there's tea and coffee, and there's Wi-Fi, and it's just like a second home for me to come and be with other Jewish kids. I think that there's a really big difference with and without the Lounge. I feel like the Jewish community for students, as well as non-students, has become a lot closer. With the Lounge, it's really nice that all the Jewish kids have Shabbat dinner together, or we can all go to Ruth's Kosher restaurant together. But even just getting together every Monday and meeting other people who have similar beliefs, especially in a place where Jewish people aren't common, is a really nice feeling.
This lounge here is in the middle of being redesigned in order to really service the particular needs of the Jewish student community. We're putting in a full Jewish library. We are adding different amenities, couches, and so on and so forth to make it a more comfortable place. Every Jewish student should have a place to call home in Florence.
For centuries, there has been a Jewish community here in Florence. Today, it is still active, and it's centered around the historic synagogue.